Hello, happy hump day. Happy hump day Wednesday. I am Queen Lillie. Welcome to my live. We are discussing Trump, part 129. That's Life Under Trump, part 129. We got a lot to cover. Pete Hegseth, he is a total mess and a train wreck. He's embarrassing his children at the Easter egg hunt at the White House. jdvance, we still don't know, did he do a ritual on Pope Francis? um it was said that it may be a black man as a replacement for Pope Francis, but now I've learned that it's not, but it would have been great. um Trump has bowed down and kissed the ring to China. Yes, Trump has bowed down and kissed the ring to China, as we all knew he would. But Caroline Lovett continues to lie and say that Trump is still holding the tariffs on China. Well, MSNBC, Midas Touch Network, etc., are saying that Trump has now folded and he has bowed down to who? China. See, China is gonna play ball with you. They smarter than you, Donnie. China don't have time to play your little games because they actually are intelligent people. Donald Trump, you're not intelligent. You're sitting around moping because of all of the major law schools would not accept your son, supposedly your son, Barron, into college. You mad at Harvard. Now Harvard is suing you down to your pissy depends. You mad at Harvard because they would not take Barron into their school because he just don't have the intelligence. He's every bit of his father. And Donald Trump is every bit of his father and his ugly mother. Hello, King Allen. Hello, hello. Hey, University with Marie. How you doing? Make sure y'all subscribe to her. Hello, beautiful. So that's what we have we got going on. We got a lot to cover. I'm gonna show y'all something about all the fake things going on with Donald Trump. Hold on. Yeah, China is selling off US Treasury bonds because of tariffs. How long will it take MAGA to realize that that means for US economy? We're in danger. Hello, we're in danger, MAGA. When are you gonna wake up? Also, Tesla got a devastating earnings report yesterday. Net income fell by 71%. Total revenue down 9% from 21.3 billion a year earlier. Tesla stock crashed 41% so far in 2025. Elon, this makes me happy. I am so happy that you are crashing out. And I can't wait till you have nothing because you were not the richest man in the world. The richest man in the world is actually over in the Middle East. And before that, it was a black man that was the richest man in the world ever. But let the clear people tell it, it's always them. They're always the one winning. When we all know the truth, you all are always losing because you don't have the education to back anything that you do or say. So this is a list of things about old Dunny Boy. So we're going to wear him out today because he kissed the ring to China, just as I said he would. So these are the things about Trump that are so fake. This is a list. Hit the like button as you come in. I love you guys. Fake tan, fake hair, fake height, fake genius, fake bone spurs. And he talks about our veterans. My daughter's a veteran, you slimy MFer. Fake success, fake leader, fake Christian. That's number one. But he sold you a Bible. Fake conservative, a man that has 3 wives and several children with those different wives is not conservative. He's a hoe, an old hoe. XLL Cool J when she put those knee pads on. Can somebody tell me where Laura Luma is? Oh, she's somewhere with them knee pads on. Okay, fake patriot. He don't give a damn about America. Fake president. He's cosplaying and he doesn't know what he's doing, y'all. Donna doesn't know what he's doing. A real traitor. So that's the only thing real about Donald J. Trump. He is a traitor. So we're going to see what this young lady talking about. Hold on.
All they're trying to do is get rid of the rapists and the drug dealers and the murderers in this country and keep the crime rates down. And yet, y'all turned around and voted for a 34-time felon to take office who was found liable for sexual assault, by the way, who is committing multiple Class A felonies by kidnapping and human trafficking undocumented immigrants, which you are cheering on. Y'all are so concerned about rapists, right? And yet, you won't acknowledge the fact that 70% of rapists are U.S. citizens and white males. You won't acknowledge the fact that 1 in 3 of your children is being molested by a male member of your family. And when that child comes to you to report that, you shame them and silence them. That when a woman is raped, you blame her for it. When she tries to take that rapist to court to get justice, you cry out, don't punish him too harshly. You don't want to destroy his bright and promising future. Y'all are so concerned about drugs, right? And yet the greatest drug epidemic that we're facing right now is the opioid crisis, which is primarily concentrated in the rural Midwest and in states like West Virginia and Kentucky, almost overwhelmingly represented by white people. Y'all don't want to do shit about the drugs in your own fucking neighborhoods or about the rapists in your own fucking households, but you're worried about undocumented immigrants, right?
This is what I learned when I start covering politics. What I do, I take a white person to deliver the message so it can come off a little bit softer to MAGA. Because when I say certain things, I cut their throat very deep and then I smush them like the white roach that they are. So it can be softer and come across the way it needs to. I'm going to show them things that a lot of white people speak. So black and brown people, don't be offended. It's a strategy to this. They don't like to see a black person telling them what to do and how to do. So you got to make them think they are so important, but you use their own race against them. I love you.
Breaking news. Musk pulls the plug. Dogecoin dumped. Tesla in crisis. Elon Musk just dropped a bombshell. In the middle of Tesla's worst earnings call in years, Musk announced he's stepping back from Dogecoin, effective this May. After years of hyping the meme coin, he says most of the work is done. But the timing? Suspiciously perfect. Tesla's numbers are in free fall. Auto sales plunged 20%, and total revenue collapsed by a staggering 71% in just 3 months. Wall Street is spooked, and investors are demanding answers. So Musk is pivoting hard. He says he'll reduce his role with the federal government, maybe stop by the White House once or twice a week if the president still wants him, but his main focus is now saving Tesla. From crypto chaos to corporate freefall, Musk is pulling out of one fire and walking into another. Is this the comeback Tesla needs, or is the empire cracking? Let me know what you think in the comments and hit follow for more updates.
Tesla has completely cracked. No one is interested in them Cybertrucks. They are on recall. He has lost so much money since he attached his train to Donald Trump caboose. Yeah, he is Donald Trump's top. Melania was not living in that White House. She's not living in that White House now. But Elon Musk was. And when white men get older, it doesn't work in the front. They have to have their back manipulated. The Badussi, their man, Jana. So we're going to give you a little bit more Donnie right quick, okay?
Donald Trump's brain is mush.
The Congo and Africa. Many people come from the Congo.
Hit the like button, please. Thank you.
From the Congo.
I'm sorry, what's that? He took a cognitive exam and said he got high marks?
And by the way, I took my cognitive exam as part of my physical exam, and I got the highest mark. And one of the doctors said, "Sir, I've never seen anybody get that kind of. That was the highest mark." I hope you're happy with that. Although they haven't been bugging me too much to take a cognitive. But I did do my physical and it was released. I hope you're all happy with it. I notice there's no questions. So probably
This man
you
is
are.
crazy.
But the cognitive, they said to me, sir, would you like to take a cognitive test? I said, did Biden take one? No.
Stop scrolling. Because when a former president brags about identifying animals on a memory test, like it's the SATs, something's wrong. Deeply wrong. This isn't leadership. This is Donald Trump trying to convince America he's still mentally sharp by acing a test designed to detect dementia. You've heard it before. I took the test. I aced it. No one's ever gotten marks like that. The doctor was amazed.
The same man
said,
that
"I was
failed
the
in
best."
business school
And then he says
and
it
filed
again.
bankruptcy 6
and
times.
again,
Okay, Donnie.
And again. As if we'll all forget that the test he's bragging about is literally called the Montreal Cognitive Assessment. A 10-minute screening to see if someone has early signs of Alzheimer's. It's not an IQ test. It's not the bar exam. It's not Mensa. It's a test where one of the hardest questions is, which one is the whale? And yet, Trump treats it like the Nobel Prize. He says a doctor told him, "Sir, I've never seen anyone get a score like that." What doctor? Ronnie Jackson, the same man who once claimed Trump could live to 200 years old if he ate less junk food. The same doctor who said Trump weighed 224 pounds and stood 6 feet 3 inches, exactly the measurements of an NFL quarterback. Sure, January. But the story doesn't end there. Because Trump keeps repeating this exact tale with the same intonation, like a broken record. Why? Because he doesn't remember he already told it. He thinks it's a flex. But really, it's a warning. This is a man who forgot he was the one who signed the USMCA, who calls Jerome Powell slow, but also forgets he appointed him, who rails against deep state traitors, but only after hiring them himself. And now, as the markets collapse, the courts close in, and even his friends run for cover. What's his defense? I aced the test. In the next video, we expose how Trump faked his medical records, used bodyguards to steal old prescriptions, and dictated glowing health reports to his own gastroenterologist. Because when truth doesn't fit the brand, Trump rewrites it and dares you to call him out. Follow the channel, because when someone brags about naming giraffes as proof of brilliance, you're not watching power, you're watching decline.
Donald Trump has been on decline for a long time. Even his first term, he was in decline. But MAGA has always been in denial, and the Republican Party are in denial because they're getting what they want. They know Donald Trump is not up to the task. But because they getting what they want, and long as Elon Musk is putting his back out, they can manipulate behind the scenes and do whatever they want. Because they are Project 2025, and it is in 41% effect. This buffoonery right here. I can't stand this man. Fix his mouth and mind, Jesus.
Explodes as Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth faces serious allegations of sharing military secrets and private signal chats, with anonymous officials claiming the White House is seeking his replacement. This Pentagon drama has Washington buzzing.
And he now want a makeup room at the Pentagon.
Allegedly detailed classified information about Yemen Houthi airstrikes to his wife, brother, and lawyer, and accidentally included a reporter in another chat with sensitive details. These leaks reportedly happened hours before strikes began, potentially endangering American pilots. But Trump isn't abandoning his Fox News star-turned defense secretary. He's doing a great job. Ask the Houthis how he's doing, the president declared defiantly, while Press Secretary Leavitt insisted Trump strongly supports Hegseth. The embattled defense chief dismisses the allegations as media hit jobs based on disgruntled former employees' anonymous tips. This comes after 4 senior Pentagon advisors abruptly departed last week. Is this national security concern or internal Pentagon power struggle? The controversy continues as Hegseth fights to maintain Trump's confidence.
We have more on Pete in just a little bit. Be patient.
This is what the media does.
Look at his children's faces.
Disgruntled former employees.
Look at his children's
They
faces. They're embarrassed of their father.
ruin their reputations. Not going to work with me because we're changing the Defense Department, putting the Pentagon back in the hands of warfighters, and anonymous smears from disgruntled former employees on old news doesn't matter. So I'm happy to be here at the Easter egg roll with my dad, my kids, because this is what we're doing it for. These kids right here. This is why we're fighting the fake news.
Look at the kids' faces. His children are embarrassed.
This is why we're fighting hoaxsters. Hoaxsters. This group, this group right here, full of hoaxsters that peddle anonymous sources from leakers with access to grind, and then you put it all together as if it's some.
He been drinking that brown.
So I'm really proud of what we're doing for the president, fighting hard across the board, and I'm going to go roll some Easter eggs with my kids. Thank you very much.
He's been drinking that brown. And he been going to Pound Town because he light younger than his wife.
Dishonorably discharged from the White House? Is that what's about to happen to Pete Hegseth? That's what NPR is reporting. And I'm not surprised. After 2 Signalgate scandals, one that came to light just over the weekend. And I don't know if you watch my YouTube show, but I said this morning, the president's going to get fed up. He's going to get fed up and he won't have a choice but to get rid of Pete Hegseth. No matter how much he's fought for him in the past, at some point it just becomes too much. And so I think that the DEI hire, Pete Hegseth, he may be close to Scaramucci.
Scaramucci is better than Pete.
A couple of Scaramucci's, but it was short tenure. If NPR's reporting pans out. Breaking, stay tuned.
So it's been said, only in America could a billionaire make us pay for his golf weekends and tell us we can't have food, health, science, or art. So this is Donnie, always out there playing golf while we're paying for it. He has cut back on things that are a necessity for our children. Schools, art, science, health, food, free lunch, free breakfast for our children. Again, I believe the children are the future. But that tells me Donald J. Trump does not believe the children are our future. Caroline Lovett is what happens when the ventriloquist dies, but the dummy keeps talking. This is Caroline Lovett. I'm going to read it to you again. Caroline Lovett is what happens when the ventriloquist dies, but the dummy keeps talking. Mary Trump. Now y'all see why he looks the way that he looks. Look at his beloved mother that passed away. And she left her spirit and soul in that succubus, Donald Trump. She was an ugly woman. Ugh. You know how sometimes you try to ask God to remove something from you seeing it, you don't want to see it, you want to unsee it? That's what I see when I look at his mother and father. Vampires. And because of Donald Trump, I sit daily and I think about how much I miss President Barack Obama. How much I miss him. Yeah.
When I ran for the presidency in 08, I fly down to South Carolina. Alarm goes off, and I feel terrible. I am exhausted. Think I'm coming down with a cold. I open up the curtains. It's pouring down rain outside. Pouring down rain. Horrible day. I've got the newspaper outside my door, and there's a bad story about me in the New York Times. I get dressed, shave, walk out. My umbrella blows open. That ever happened to you? And I get soaked. I'm just soaked. I get in the car. I said, all right, how long is it going to take to Greenwood? An hour and a half. Finally, I get out and I walk in, and there are like 15, 20 people there. And I will tell you, they didn't look any happier to see me than I did to see them. And so I go around the room and I say, how do you do? What do you do? But they're not really feeling it right now. And suddenly I hear this voice from the back just shout, fired up. And everybody in the room says, fired up. And then I hear the voice say, ready to go. And everybody in the room says, ready to go. And I don't know what's going on. I think these people are crazy. Maybe I shouldn't have come here. And then I look in the back of the room. And there's this middle-aged woman. She's got a big church hat. And she got, I think, a gold tooth. Turns out she holds a position in the local NAACP office. And also, I'm not kidding you, is a private detective. This is a true story. She's like a private eye. Although it's hard to think that you wouldn't see her coming. She's very colorful. And she is known wherever she goes by saying this chant, fired up, ready to go. And every meeting she goes to, she does this thing. But the interesting thing is, after a while, I'm starting to get kind of fired up. I'm starting to feel like I'm ready to go. And all those negative thoughts and all those bad memories start kind of drifting away. And it just goes to show you how one voice can change a room. And if it can change a room, it can change a city. And if it can change a city,
Amen.
It can change a state. And if it can change a state, it can change a nation.
Yes.
And if it can change a nation,
I really believe this, y'all, to this day.
So I just have one question for you. Are you fired up? Ready to go? Fired up? Ready to go?
I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. Y'all hearing that? That's what a president's supposed to be. We don't have that in 2025 because MAGA voted in a maggot. MAGA voted in a SA abuser. MAGA voted in a man that wants to be banged out by an alien. MAGA voted in a man that thinks about actual stuff with his own girls, his children. Where there's hope, there's prayer. And prayer gonna get us a long way. Speak, Lord. Speak, Jesus.
I'm prepared. I'm ready. I've been trained by the best. I went to Howard University. That overturned legal segregation in this country. I've been taught in those classrooms where Thurgood Marshall once taught. I'm not afraid of no president. Donald Trump, we're ready for you.
We're ready
for you. We're standing up for you. We're fighting on. We're not going down silent. Victory, my friends, is clear. It's now. And I'm not waiting 4 years. I'm waiting 2 until a speaker by the name of Hakeem Jeffries comes to
We can't wait on Hakeem Jeffries.
Come on, ladies. It's up to us. We saved this democracy before. We'll save it now. Let's go.
Let's go, women. We got to save this country. Because look at what men have done to this country. If you take President Claudia Sheinbaum from Mexico and look what she has done. When I tell you right now, Mexico is stronger than America. Yes, God. Because there's a woman in charge, and when a woman is in charge, she get things done. She don't be in her pissity pins like Donald Trump, sitting up there eating hamburgers day in and day out from morning to night. President Claudia Sheinbaum is so powerful. She has meant things with Canada. She meant things with Tokyo. She meant things with China. She meant things with Greenland. And that's why Mexico is more powerful than it has ever been. Government Newsom right now is about to pull away from the United States, and he's going to reunite with its rightful owner of California. Mexico is the rightful owner of California. That's why I can't understand why a lot of people don't like Mexicans. When the states you living in right now, the most racist Hot Wheels over there in Texas, Texas belongs to who? Mexico. But y'all want to spin your thin lips saying shit that's not true. You living in a city that belongs in a state that belongs to somebody else that you hate their complexion. Be for real. And you over there bowing down, kissing the ring to somebody that pees and SHIT on himself all day long. Why President Joe Biden could still go to the restroom in healthy condition. His body, you could see his body mass. That man take care of himself. You look at Donald Trump and it tells me that man eat all the stuff he does not supposed to be eating, especially at his old crusty age. And Donald Trump still will not tell us where the women and children are. Hold on. He still will not tell us where are the women and children.
All the men being wrongfully sent to El Salvador? Yeah, where are the women? What are they doing with them? Have you heard anything about that? Where are they?
Hit the like button, please. Donald J. Trump. And I firmly believe this. And we all probably wonder, when is his karma coming, Lord Jesus? It's coming. As well as you have taken people, children, and done whatever you wanted to with them. A lot of white men are some sick individuals, not all. Donnie is definitely one. Where are those children? And where are the women that you're picking up, taking away? No one is questioning that. And that is the problem. Sex trafficking is real. Organ trafficking is real. And it is some sick, clear men out there, and some brown and black ones too. But Donnie don't like the black and brown ones. So he's going to communicate with the clear people. What's going on with those children? Where are the children? Remove them all, God. Take them out of here.
So I seen on the news the other day that Texas has decided to file an impeachment resolution for Trump. They want to remove him from the office.
Remove them soon and get those children back.
It's strange because we're the first state to do this, right? No other state I have seen yet has done this yet. And coming from Texas, that is crazy because a lot of people know that Texas is a red state. But also, people don't know it's in the inner cities. Texas also, we're blue, okay? But the red cities turn Texas red, if that makes any kind of sense, right? Majority of us are blue, but you know how that goes. So, but coming from Texas, which is considered a red state, asking for an impeachment resolution lets me further know that they did not expect all these things to take place. But now something triggered them. So now they want him removed. So right now people are watching to see what other states are going to fall through. But my thing is I don't think nothing is going to happen. That's just I don't think nothing's going to happen. I feel like they're going to.
I understand this young queen, but she can't think like that. We got to have faith. And a lot of times I get to, like, God, okay, when are you going to fix this? When? But then I have to realize we can't get down because that's what Donald Trump wants. He want to wear us down so he can distract us from what he is really doing. We can't get wore down and think the opposite, that we don't have a fight. We got to fight. And as a Black woman, I got a lot of fight in me.
Just a quick reminder, diversity, equity, and inclusion isn't the reason the stock market is crashing right now. It's because you gave a white man who's unqualified a job just because a qualified Black woman applied for it. Have the day you deserve. Bye.
Have the day you deserve, MAGA. An unqualified white man is running the White House. It is a train wreck. So many unqualified people in his cabinet. And they want to label Black and brown people with the most education in the Congress near them as DEI. Pete Hegseth, the brown man, drinking that brown. He's a DEI. Caroline Levitt is DEI. This is a gift to my white people, something that y'all must stop doing. It's sad. Please don't do this anymore.
Can you explain what's in this, Grammy?
Lime jello, 2 tablespoons of mayo, and apple cider vinegar. And wait a damn minute.
White American food from the Midwest is one of the top 3 worst cuisines in the world. Back home from the UK, and this video just came across my timeline of what y'all were eating for Easter.
Not eggs. I've also heard it called creamed eggs.
Please stop cooking white people. Please.
This will serve, 3 or 4 people. You're gonna hard boil them. Like, you want the yolks to be hard and crumbly so they can be grated like this. This is what my mom used to do. You're gonna do 4 tablespoons of butter and equal parts flour to make a gravy. And once you cook the flour taste out of it, you're gonna add some milk. You want it will thicken up pretty quickly. Add your egg whites back to simple, delicious. That's really it. If you're gonna serve this over white toast, that's what we always
do. And this
do.
what you
can use
serve
whatever
for
kind of
Easter.
toast you want. Top it with your grated egg yolks and a little bit of
And celery, carrot.
That's why I feel sorry for Black men when they marry y'all, because y'all can't cook. And they mamas can cook. Oh, Lord Jesus. Bless them, Lord. Oh, my God.
And this is where we get controversial. Jello, lime jello.
Who in the hell put Jello? Oh.
Gotta put it in your most beautiful crystal bowl. What is going on? What is going on?
bananas and mayonnaise, yay or nay? Banana croquettes.
Bananas and mayonnaise, y'all. I feel sorry for white men. Oh, Lord Jesus. Why?
I am making a smorgasbord. It's layers of fluffy bread with egg salad and salmon salad between them, covered in cream cheese and colorful decor.
Look at that, y'all. Look.
For Easter, I was making smorgasbord, so I figured I would try. There's shrimp in the middle, and salmon, and ham.
Look at
veggies, but a lot of mayo.
That's what y'all be cooking for Easter.
Look at that beauty.
What's going on? Y'all are going to jail! Period!
I had enough. Okay. It's bad enough that y'all are trying to do boots on the ground. But to watch y'all cook, and I'm going to tell you something I saw earlier on TikTok. That's why I would not eat from y'all house. I love y'all through the name of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But I would not eat out of your house. I even remember when I was a teen, I used to work at Winn-Dixie when I was young. And me and this girl was good friends. Caucasian girl, very sweet girl. I went in her kitchen. They had cats walking around in the kitchen. She handed me a glass out of the dishwasher. Guess what was on the glass? And she poured me water even though it's cat hair on the glass. If I saw that cat hair, she saw that cat hair. She handed me that glass of water. I couldn't drink it because my people, we don't do that. Cleanliness, and I always been taught this by my dad, my deceased father, that cleanliness is the closest thing to God. Why would you hand me a glass with cat hair on it? And it's okay. I just saw today on TikTok this lady cooking dessert for her family. And the cat licked in the dessert, and she licked and ate our dessert too, and just kept going. Why? Why, my fellow white people? Why do y'all do the nasty things you do? Don't cook. Please, never cook again. At least don't film it and put it on TikTok because you really think you doing something, baby. That's like watching you doing the boots on the ground dance. Don't do it no more. I'm begging you. Please. Okay? Don't. Fix it, Jesus. So, the Pope Francis will be laid to rest this weekend. So I'm going to give you examples of the times with different presidents and who they end up, how they look. With President Barack Obama, he looked happy and smiling and laughing. With President Joe Biden, smiling, laughing. Oh my God. Then you get the JD Fancy Pants. Look at the Pope's eyes. Look. When he was around Donnie Boy. And Donnie kept trying to touch his hands. I remember that. On some goofy SHIT. jdvance, what ritual were you saying the whole time you was there? Because I want y'all to be careful. That's why I don't like hugging people. I don't want to shake your hand. And people get offended when I tell them I don't want to shake hands. I don't want to hug anybody. And I love everybody. Stop touching people's hands. Stop hugging people. And a lot of times, start learning discernment. So when you're around people, you can pick up when their spirit isn't right. People be standing there talking to you, smiling at you, and saying rituals in their mind the whole time. And it don't have to be some big time, fancy kind of ritual. No, like people think it's going to be. No. They can be talking to you the whole time and saying, I hate this. I hope everything she has fail. And the whole time, like, girl, what's up? Oh, I'm so proud of you. Oh, you got your own store. This bitch make me sick. She thinks she all of that. I hope it fails. Girl, I'm so proud of your store. Be careful with people. And be careful with those that voted for Donald Trump. I don't care if they black, brown, white, purple, green. If they voted for Donald Trump, they're not for you. One moment. And I saw in the comment early, somebody said something about me wearing orange. I'm trying to get closer to the orange man. Honey, I always have wore orange. And I wore orange lipstick when I was in my 20s. So I just happened to put some on lately because it's getting some spring. Where it's spring, it's getting warm. And orange look good on my black girl skin. So I can wear. I'm beautiful. I can do whatever I want. So before the Pope Francis, who then was George Mario Bellagio, let me show you. Before he became Pope Francis, that's who he was. He would be laid to rest this weekend. And it will not be good for Donald Trump if he goes to this memorial. Donald Trump will get really sick when he goes to the memorial. But anyway, before becoming a Pope Francis, then George Mario Bellagio studied chemistry and worked various jobs such as a janitor, and a nightclub bouncer. This is him when he was young, before he became a Pope. These are photos of him before he became the Pope. My seat keep making so much noise, Lord. Rest in peace. Yes, God, rest in peace. This was a great man. And he did not stand for what Donald Trump stands for. He does not like the idea of deporting people, which is not deporting. When ICE go grab you up and they don't read you your rights, they don't tell you what's going on, that's kidnapping. Donald Trump are having people kidnapped. But he's not doing it to these illegal Russian people that's here in America, the illegal Europeans here in America. He's just attacking black and brown people. What do we expect? The man, him and his father wouldn't even allow black and brown people to live in his apartment building when they had the credit and the money. So what do we expect from a racist? A fascist. So Grandpa Trump, Grandma Donna, that's Donald Trump, go take a long nap with Jesus and do us all a favor. Because the words you let come out of your mouth about Ukraine, Jesus Christ, let him take a nap for a long time and make America great again that way.
That now he is giving a final message to Ukraine: surrender today or I am giving up. NBC News is reporting that Marco Rubio and Steve Witkoff pulled out of today's high-level peace talks. Meanwhile, Axios says that Trump is giving Zelensky till the end of the day to agree to all of his demands, or the U.S. will walk away from talks. Note, Trump did not make any such demands to Putin. Trump is demanding that Ukraine recognize Crimea as Russian territory. He also wants them to promise to never join NATO, and says as part of the deal, the U.S. will lift sanctions on Russia and increase economic cooperation with Russia. Trump angrily attacked Zelensky in a Truth Social post earlier today. As Midas Touch editor-in-chief Ron Filipkowski wrote, so basically the position of the Trump administration is if Ukraine doesn't agree to all of Putin's demands and hand over their power plants and mineral rights to the U.S., then they don't want peace, so we should just walk away from them. He added, in the U.S. peace proposal, I saw a long list of things we're asking Ukraine to give up, but did not see anything Russia is being asked to give up. Maybe I'm just missing the rest of it. We're going to continue to follow this story and more, so make sure you're following our account.
Johnny, he's only doing the work of who? His tranquilitist, Vladimir Putin. He's a bully. Donald Trump, you are a bully that has no power. Your skin is the only thing that has gotten you there, and the manipulation of Elon Musk with the voter machines. Eat crow. Take a long nap. You're 88 years old. Go bye-bye. Don't return. Make America great again.
Donald Trump has surrendered once again on tariffs, this time with China. Donald Trump, after all of his tough talk, is now backtracking in a big way, and there are reports now that the tariffs are going to come down from 145% to more like between 50 and 65%. A final number has not yet been determined or announced. Yesterday in the White House, Donald Trump took a very different tone when asked about these tariffs. First, he said that he was not going to play hardball with China. Listen to this.
Are you going to play hardball with them? Are you going to
I'm not going to say, no, I'm not going to mention COVID. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to play hardball with China. I'm going to play hardball with you, President Xi. No. We're going to be very nice. They're going to be very nice.
Nice is not in
We'll see
his
what happens,
vocabulary.
but
That's a lie.
They have to make a deal because
Nice
otherwise
doesn't sit
they're
well
not going
with
to be
him.
able to deal in the United States. So we.
During the same press conference, Donald Trump admitted that the 145% tariffs were very high and that they weren't actually going to be that high anymore. Watch this.
I'm sure 145% is very high, and it won't be that high. Not going to be that high. It got up to there. We were talking about
the bully has been bullied,
various elements
by being ignored.
No, it won't be anywhere near that high.
Donald Trump has surrendered once again on tariffs, this time with China. Donald Trump, after all of his tough talk, is now backtracking in a big way. And there are reports now that the tariffs are going to come down from 145% to more like between 50 and 65%. A final number has not yet been determined or announced. Yesterday in the White House, Donald Trump took a very different...
Donnie, you want us to believe that you are what? A strong man. That is far from the truth. You want to be a Vladimir Putin, but you're not. See, Putin would have never backed down and dropped the tariffs. Although I'm not fond of him. but he would be more easy to tolerate than you, because you're bad on the eyes, you stink, you're old and crusty, you're dumb as a bag of rocks. You're so fake, Donnie. Everything about you is fake. From your fake win for the election to your toupee.
Mr. President, the Trump administration is corrupt. It is easily the
Hit the
single
like
most
button,
corrupt and
please.
lawless administration in American history. And it would be exceedingly difficult to debate that simple proposition. Because notwithstanding all of the whataboutism we occasionally hear, there is really no denying it. The self-dealing by unelected billionaires like Elon Musk, the presidential meme coins, the quid pro quos, the dismissal of corruption cases in exchange for help on the president's policy agenda, the dismissal of national security personnel, not on the basis of national security, but on the word of right-wing cranks, the deportation.
I'm going to pause a minute and I'm going to entertain somebody in my chat. You summoned me? Freeman, what fake face, bitch? Let me tell you something. I'm 51 years old. I don't have on no foundation or face powder. I don't get Botox nor fillers. And I'm the prettiest woman you probably laid your eyes on because your wife is only 21 and the bitch is wrinkled. From the PUSSY and all, wrinkled. My neck looked 20-something years old. I don't get Botox. I don't get fillers. I don't get anything done in this face that God blessed me with. So instead of paying for your wife to get the new boobs, go get her whole face done because the bitch need a lot of work done because she doesn't have melon. Her body is rotten because she decays and ages much faster than a black woman. So you run your ass up out of here. Or should I have to SHIT in your face? Because I know how you nasty white men like it. Today you won't get a golden shower. I will shit in your face. Get the fuck out of here. Be gone. Move along.
Mr. President, the Trump administration is corrupt. It is easily the single most corrupt and lawless administration in American history. And it would be exceedingly difficult to debate that simple proposition. Because notwithstanding all of the whataboutism we occasionally hear, there is really no denying it. The self-dealing by unelected billionaires like Elon Musk, the presidential meme coins, the quid pro quos, the dismissal of corruption cases in exchange for help on the president's policy agenda, the dismissal of national security personnel, not on the basis of national security, but on the word of right-wing cranks, the deportation of someone to a maximum security prison in another country on the basis of a clerical error, the mass illegal firings, the reckless use of commercial apps for classified information, the scorning of court orders, the phony math to hide the deficit exploding impact of tax cuts for billionaires, the attacks on Social Security, calling it a Ponzi scheme, when people are making the attacks, those that are making the attacks are the con men who want to raid the hard-earned retirement funds belonging to our nation's seniors and veterans. The swamp is full, it is overflowing, and Donald Trump is standing right in the middle of it, up to his ears in the filth.
Yes,
and it is plainly obvious to anyone who is watching that the president simply doesn't care about anyone but himself. Mr. President, the Trump administration is corrupt. It is easily.
That's how I know, y'all. I know it seems dreadful and painful how we're going to get rid of this creature sitting in the Oval Office. He's going to go by any means necessary because it's not going to be a black or brown person that get rid of him. It's going to be his own race. Take him out of here. See, You got to be careful what you put in the atmosphere. He has pretended twice that he was being assassinated, fake assassinations, in my opinion, and I'm not taking it back. But what's going to happen? It would not be the melanin people that do it. The people that don't age, like me, 51, no wrinkles, God's natural beauty, chosen ones. It would not be us. It would be the people that age like a prune that would take him out of here. So black and brown people, sit back, eat your popcorn. Just like we enjoy them getting out there marching. We shall overcome. They're doing it now. See, history repeats itself. And a lot of times we don't understand why history is repeating itself. But when I tell you I see them out there marching, oh, we shall overcome. His own people gonna take him up out of here real soon. Because what I know about white people, they don't like the idea of it, they don't like the idea of being treated like black people. They don't like it. See, black people, we can adapt to anything. We may not like it, but we can adapt to anything. And they can't. They cannot adapt to being treated like black people. We shall overcome. Again, Donnie, where are those women and children? Where are they? Because there's a lot of twisted freaks out there. Clear people that are twisted freaks.
Where are they sending the women? Where are they? Where are they sending the women? Where are they sending the women? Where are they? Where are they sending?
They say they deporting them. No, they're kidnapping them.
Where are they sending the women? Where are they? Where are they sending the women? Where are they sending the women?
Speak, Lord, speak to me. God, move fast. Louisiana, keep sticking, baby. Do what you got to do. So this is something I was so fascinated by the Pope, what he did. He had such a giving, beautiful heart. So look at this. So he was gifted, you guys, a white Lamborghini. But I'm going to read to you what this great man did. Yes. Throwback to when Pope Francis received a custom Lamborghini. He blessed it, signed it, and sold it for $950,000, donating all the proceeds to a charity. Do you think Donald Trump would have done that? No. It's not in him to do great things for other people. No. So I'm going to show you photos. That's, I already showed you this one. So this is a photo of him signing it. The value even went up once he signed it as well. So that's why he could sell it for $950,000. And as you see, his signature is on it. They are celebrating, he's going to give it away to, sell it for charity. A Lamborghini. That's how you know he was right with God. Because let me tell you, I would have had a hard time parting with that. And God knows his daughter very well. Whew, that would have been hard. That was a good man. To part with his brand new custom-made Lamborghini that was gifted to him. Donald Trump would have never done that, even though Donnie can't drive. And he's too fat to get in that vehicle. That was a beautiful, 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 beautiful Lamborghini. So we're going to move along.
Help us, okay? This fool was crazy. They got more money for El Salvador gas and planes than they do free lunch for kids.
Okay, so boom, it is on and cracking in the United States right now. Okay, the Caristro.
Hit the like button, please.
And they don't even be mingling with people like that. Dog, these Chris Rogue mobsters just did the most gangster shit ever. Okay, they pull up to work in the middle of the night at dark 30. Kataji still had her rollers and her bonnet on. Okay, they only 5 deep. I'll get to that part later. And they pull up to let Trump know, bitch, move another motherfucking plane and see what happens. So right now it's 5 versus the other side because the ACLU pulled up to the Supreme Court in the middle of the night like, yeah, he got some more planes. He's gonna take off with some more people, right? Now the ACLU pull up begging the Supreme Court for help, right? They like, you need to help us, okay? This fool is crazy. They got more money for El Salvador gas and planes than they do free lunch for kids. But apparently the ACLU had got some phone calls from some of their clients like, help, we got some letters in the mail that in English, we don't read that. All we seen was 24 hours. Next thing I know, they got us on these planes talking about we could go somewhere and we don't know where, but somebody said it could be Venezuela, but somebody else said it could also be El Salvador. Like, well, help. So now the ACLU is like, Supreme Court, help, okay? You didn't tell them to get out there, they'll go to take some more people up out this country. So now 5 of the folks tell the Trump administration like, hey, check this out, homie. We don't know why you think this shit is funny or why you think it's a game, but do you motherfuckers do kid parties? Because you and them motherfucking clowns y'all with need to find some fucking body else to play with, okay? Check this out. Don't you or nobody who work for you move another motherfucking plane off American soil to another motherfucking country until we give you the okay. Do we make ourselves clear? That's basically it, like right there. That's basically what they said. Reverse uno, bitch. Your whole administration dropped forward. You need to help us, okay? This fool is crazy.
He's more than crazy. He's nasty. A 34 count felon. I could go on.
To me, how everyone in Texas is all about stand your ground and self-defense until that person doesn't look like me. This case is racially charged, and stick with me here. If the roles were reversed, if Carmelo Anthony was 220 pounds with his twin brother, picking on a white kid, putting hands on a white kid, and he got unalived, y'all would say that he got exactly what was coming to him, and if he would have kept his hands to himself, he would still be here today. Because y'all want to say, oh, it's not self-defense. Austin and his brother are 220-pound football players, and Carmelo was 130 pounds. If you can't visualize that,
he was my size, 130 pounds. That means Carmelo is my size.
In his face, but one of them put hands on him. He was scared. You can't tell me that race isn't a thing because it's in my TikTok comments and I've seen hundreds of comments on Facebook. So if you flip this scenario and Carmelo Anthony was the aggressor in this situation and your opinion changed, you are racially biased. And to the white people in my comments calling me a white savior, God forbid I have empathy. If you're RICS, just say that and move on. In my last video, I said I didn't know why Carmelo Anthony was sitting under that tent. Turns out it started raining and Carmelo got permission from the coach. That's not even his school. He got permission from a coach to sit under that tent. Granted, it's free seating, but he got specific permission. Don't get me wrong. It's absolutely tragic that Austin lost his life. His parents lost their son. No parent should have to ever lose their kid. But it makes me think, what would have happened if Austin and Hunter would have left Carmelo alone and not talked to him? Not approached him, not instigated a situation and then escalated it by putting hands on him. I feel like Austin and Hunter were looking for trouble because if they were really so aggravated by this kid sitting there for whatever reason, they would have gotten an adult to remove him. They wouldn't have approached him, talked shit, and put hands on him. I'll probably get crucified for this, but I don't care. What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. It's crazy to me how everyone in Texas is all about stand your ground and self-defense until that person doesn't.
That's true. See, clear people, you are in the fuck around and found out phase. Because Donald Trump got y'all hyped up where you think you're going to put your hands on black people. Let me tell you something. Don't try me. Because you're going to pay the price. If I have to whip up on your ass because you bothering me, because I don't go around bothering anybody. If you put your hands on me in any way, I'm going to reach years back to where my ancestors were being abused. I'm going to take every strength that they had in their pain and I'm going to use it on you. I'm also going to reach back when I was a kid and I was made to have sex every day of my childhood from 4 years old until out my teen years, being taken advantage of by grown men. I'm going to take all that pain and whoop your ass and pull out every strand of your hair, break your nose, punch your eyes out, stomp your guts out. Don't fuck with me. You think you got a right to put your hands on people? Him and that brother, I don't agree with somebody being taken away from here. But don't fuck with me. He didn't deserve for neither one of those twins to F with him. Clear people, you're in the fuck around and find out era. Stop bothering black and brown people. We are not bothering you. Black people are one of the nicest group of people. We are always welcoming people. We love on everybody. But you think because we are loving people, you can fuck with us. No, you can't. Again, you put your hands on me, I'm going to dig so far back to my ancestors and grab their pain and my pain of being sexually abused my entire childhood. And I'm going to use all that pain and I'm going to put something on you ain't never had on you before. You're going to think it's 10 people whipping you, but it's going to be me. Understand my pain so you can understand not to fuck with me. And I advise every black person, you dig back all the way back to your ancestors and think about the pain they've been through. And you take that pain and you put some on them they would never get rid of. Take them back when they was in Alabama, where that boat port, and they using white chairs. You don't have to be a fighter to fight for yourself. Self-defense is important. If you can avoid it, then avoid it. If I turn my back and go on my way and you keep effing with me because you think because I'm black you can do whatever you want to because Donald Trump has given you some right, I want you to remember, I'm going to reach way back several years ago to my ancestors' pain when your ancestors whipped them across their back with whips, when your ancestors raped, R-A-P-E-D, the black men. Your clear white men took advantage of our black men. That pain is going to be in my A whipping for you. That pain is going to be in everything that I'm going to light your ass up. And every black person needs to feel that way. And every black woman, brown woman, have been essayed. You take that pain and you put an ass whipping on them. They'll never forget by any means necessary. Self-defense is your right. I don't know why y'all think y'all can approach us and do whatever you want to us because Donald Trump is in that Oval Office again. Be smart. Don't be so dumb that you think Donald Trump gonna save you because he ain't gonna be able to save you from this. And George W. Bush, what he's about to say, I receive.
Confidence in our institutions has declined. Our politics seems more vulnerable to conspiracy theories and outright fabrication. We've seen nationalism distorted into nativism, forgotten the dynamism that immigration has always brought to America. We see a fading confidence in the value of free markets and international trade, forgetting that conflict, instability, and poverty follow in the wake of protectionism. We've seen the return of isolationist sentiments, forgetting that American security is directly threatened by the chaos and despair of distant places. We need to recall and recover our own identity. Our identity as a nation, unlike many other nations, is not determined by geography or ethnicity, by soil or blood. Being an American involves the embrace of high ideals and civic responsibility. This means that people of every race, religion, ethnicity can be fully and equally American. It means that bigotry or white supremacy in any form is blasphemy against the American creed. Public confidence in our institutions has declined. Our politics seems more vulnerable to conspiracy theories and outright fabrication. We've seen nationalism distorted into nativism, forgotten the dynamism that immigration has always brought to America. We see a fading confidence in the value of free markets and international trade, forgetting that conflict, instability, and poverty follow in the wake of protectionism. We've seen the return of isolationist sentiments, forgetting that American security is directly threatened by the chaos and despair of distant places. We need to recall and recover our own identity. Our identity as a nation, unlike many other nations, is not determined by geography or ethnicity, by soil or blood. Being an American involves the embrace of high ideals and civic responsibility. This means that people of every race, religion, ethnicity can be fully and equally American. It means that bigotry or white supremacy in any form is blasphemy against the American creed. Public confidence in our institutions.
Thank you. Thank you, George W. Bush Jr. Thank you for that message. That message needs to be heard.
Let's go! Yeah, let's go! Okay.
A white man want to fight a black woman. Look at this.
Okay, Mr. Caucasian, we're listening. Let's go.
He wants to fight a black
do
woman.
Something so you can go to jail. Do something so you can go to jail.
Let's go.
Do something so you can go to jail.
Let's go.
He's disgusting.
To prison.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. You want to fight me?
This is a Trump supporter. Look who he got on his shirt. He has Trump's mugshot on his t-shirt. He has Donald Trump mugshot on his shirt. Black women, be careful by yourselves.
You're racist. You're racist. You.
Does he live here? He lives here, right? You don't belong here.
He told her she black, she don't belong, and she lives in the building. Speak, Lord, speak to me. Now I'm going to show you something that is really needed. Really. Hold on.
Talk about how it happens.
How does one get possessed?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That guy was
100%.
possessed.
And the two biggest ways are dabbling in the occult and
what does that mean?
Playing with demonic things, Ouija boards, going to a psychic, tarot cards, or actual occult worship of the devil. Those are pretty much immediate open doors that you're gonna have demons come right in.
That guy was a demon.
Demonic.
Yeah, they're not channeling your dead relatives. So right now we have at least 3 guardian angels in the room. There's also probably demons in this room, and they're listening and they hear every bit of what we're saying. Excuse me. And when somebody says, well, the psychic told me my mother shared this with me when I was 10, and nobody ever knew that but us. So it has to be my mom, except for the demons in the room who also heard it. And now they're impersonating your mother. If your mother's in heaven, she's having a good day. She doesn't want to come back and visit you as much as mothers love their children. If she's in purgatory, she needs our prayers to get her moved into heaven. And if she's in hell, there's no getting out. It's not your mother.
Donald Trump is going to hell.
Do they talk about?
Donald Trump's father is stuck in purgatory. That's why he lives in Donald Trump. His mother has already gone to hell. Donald Trump is going to hell.
So who y'all think he look like? His mama or his daddy?
His dad is stuck in purgatory. His mother is already in hell. He is going to hell.
Yes, this look like Tales from the Crypt.
They look like vampires.
So I would imagine without that orange spray and that wig on, he probably look like his mama.
Just ugly.
Yep, he probably look just like his mama, but he wear his hair like his daddy. So who y'all think he look like? His mama or his daddy?
Both. Neither one of them were attractive. They wasn't. Alien-like. Yes.
I want to bring back Gilmar Garcia, but the real reason is insane. They want to be able to deport anyone, citizens and non-citizens. Their whole thing is once you're out of the country, you're out of the jurisdiction of the courts. And then there's nothing they can do. So then, theoretically, anyone can be disappeared. Even if they make a mistake, you can't make me bring them back because they're not in our jurisdiction. It was Sonia Sotomayor, my favorite Supreme Court justice, who first pointed this out. She pointed out that the government's position is actually both citizens and non-citizens can be taken and deported, and once they're outside of the United States, then it is out of a judge's hands to be able to do anything about it. They don't want to bring back Kilmar Garcia, but the real reason is insane. They want to be able to deport anyone, citizens and non-citizens.
Nobody is safe. I want y'all to remember that. Nobody is safe. That's why every day you got to rebuke Donald Trump. Take his soul on to hell. Rebuke him daily. Rebuke him all day long. Take his soul on to hell. He take a nap and don't wake up. Go on to glory. And this maggot bitch right here I'm about to show y'all.
GOP rep calls Representative Congressman Al Green a boy and jokes that his cane.
Hit the like button, please.
Here it is.
Listen to this racist stuff. We can't trust them.
But Al Green was over here with his cane, and I'm like, God, dang it, boy, put that. He just.
She called him a boy. They used to call slaves that.
And I'm wondering, one of my colleagues said, screw the gold part off of it. See if there's a gun in there. I'm like, I don't know about that man. He's just Weird Al.
And she been drinking all day.
Ma'am, did you know you were on TV?
She don't care. Since Donald Trump has gotten in office, they think they can say whatever they want to say and do.
Diana Harsh.
She look horrible. She probably in her 40s, but look like she's 70.
Concealed firearm. She also seemed to disparage her 77-year-old black colleague by referring to him as a boy. It was during an interview. Now, who is she interviewing with? A conservative Christian podcaster named Bonnie Crawford. The two were discussing how members interact behind the scenes when talk turned to the Democrats' response to Trump during his March address. So she joins a group of Republicans that seem to be obsessed with Green's cane. Here it is.
You saw the horrible situation that with Representative Al Green, who shook his cane. By the way, a person with a cane, why are they shaking in the air? They don't really need a cane.
Of a violent and threatening action with the cane.
For him to
see, that's what I want my black people to be careful with that. White people take something that is not dangerous and say it's dangerous. That man walks with a cane because he's old. But what does the white people do? Y'all lie and say it's some kind of weapon. Now, if you approach him and you're going to cause him bodily harm, yes, he can defend himself and use it as a weapon. I would. If I feel threatened by you, I will use it for self-defense. He has a right if he feels threatened by the clear person. And this is who y'all voted in the White House. A pervert.
Donald Trump video that has people talking. Trump and then wife Marla Maples appeared on the TV show Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous back in 1994. Host Robin Leach asked about their daughter Tiffany, who was then just a year old.
Now, Donald, what does Tiffany have of yours and what does Tiffany have of Marla's?
Well, I think that she's got a lot of moral, and she's a really beautiful baby, and she's got Marla's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this part yet, but time will tell.
That's a sick man.
Trevor Noah dug up the long-forgotten footage.
I'm pretty sure nobody has seen this clip since it aired over 20 years ago.
And he was.
I can't even watch anymore. That is a sick man. But MAGA knows it. That's who they are. Everything that Donald Trump is, that's who MAGA is. Everything that Donald Trump is, anybody that voted for him. I don't care if you black, brown, white, black, purple, green. That's who you are. There is no good, godly reason, you will vote in a monster. You can make up excuses why you voted him in and say you're not racist. Black people voted for him. You voted for him because you didn't like Kamala. No, that's not good enough. I would have chosen her any day before I voted a man that looked at his own children in an actual way.
Keep saying the hands-off protests were so peaceful.
Oh, I showed y'all that yesterday. We don't need to see that. Hold on. I forgot I showed you that yesterday.
By the way, how populist authorities
Hold on.
have used migrants as scapegoats and have fanned the fires of xenophobia to fuel their own rise to power. And power seeking is what this is all about. Our Constitution, written by our founders, is intended to protect us against a threat identical to Donald Trump, someone who seeks power at all costs to get more power.
Get rid of him. Get him out of that White House.
I understand very well why it is wrong to compare Adolf Hitler's Third Reich to any other movement. It was uniquely evil, full stop. I get it. But there are important lessons from the history of that emergent evil, and here is one that I regard as essential. In the immediate aftermath of World War II, a small group of philosophers who had escaped Hitler's murderous regime returned to Germany and performed a kind of moral autopsy on the Third Reich. The most famous of the so-called Frankfurt School of philosophers was a man named Jürgen Habermas, best known, I would say, but it was Habermas's mentor, Theodor Adorno, who wrote that the first step in that nation's descent into hell was, and I quote, the conversion of all questions of truth into questions of power. He described how the Nazis, and I quote again, attacked the very heart of the distinction between true and false, end quote. The Trump administration is insisting on trying to create their own preferred version of reality. They say Ukraine attacked Russia instead of the other way around.
That's a lie.
And expect us to believe it. At home, they attack heroes who have defended our nation in war.
Al Gore, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. See, every clear person is not down with Donald Trump's BS.
Docs Kilmar Abrego Garcia's family, and as a result, his wife has moved into a safe house with their child. According to the Huffington Post and others, the wife of Kilmar Abrego Garcia was forced to move to a safe house because the Department of Homeland Security exposed her address on its official Twitter account. Now, I don't know
that's
if you
MAGA Republicans putting her in
Twitter,
danger.
but the Department of Homeland Security published a protective order that was allegedly issued against Abrego Garcia way back in 2021, I believe. That protective order was not redacted when it was published on the DHS's Twitter, and as a result included Abrego Garcia's home, the home where his wife and his child live.
His two disabled children live there.
Forced to move to a safe house where she says, I don't feel safe when the government posts my address, the house where my family lives, for everyone to see, especially when this case has gone viral and people have all sorts of opinion. They literally doxed his family. I'll do a full breakdown on my Substack, link to my bio, so subscribe for free, spread the word, and follow on for all the news you need to know.
Nothing surprises me that they have released and doxed his family, his wife, and his two disabled children. See, they brown, so white supremacist MAGA look at them as being less people, less than, because they're brown people. And that doesn't surprise me. They come here every day and attack me, a black woman. Every day they come here and attack me. But I'm not afraid of any of you. As you know, my words are very cutthroat. I don't have to put my hands on you because my tongue will cut you down back to you when you was 5 years old and your daddy was having his fingers in your face, fussing at you and making you do naughty things you didn't want to do. That's why you're so effed up today. See, it doesn't leave their energy and their spirit, what they did to the slaves. It carries on into the next generation. So, because your father couldn't manipulate a black person anymore and have them as their slave, his slave, he abused his son. He SA'd you. And you're abusing black and brown people because of that. See, I was SA'd my entire childhood, even up through my teen years. But my father instilled the love of God in me. I didn't turn out like you. Nothing like you. I am a fighter, natural born fighter. Natural born fighter. So try not to FAFO. Okay? I love y'all. Enjoy your evening. God bless.